What's going on? This is Soap, the podcast. You know the deal. And today we got a really sought-after guest. I've been trying to talk to this guy on this podcast for a while, and he's finally made it after doing a show tonight. He's doing things. He's moving places. He's going somewhere. I don't know where it is, but introduce yourself, special guest.
What's guys? It's Trung Truong here. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm that guy that said the N-word during AX Last Comic Standing. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay, let's start off with that. Why did you say it?
Alright. Well, it was part of the joke. Whether that was funny or not, that's a whole different matter. But the whole part of the joke was, here's Batman, he's black. Instead of saying, black man or black bat, I just figured I'll just say, bat nigger. I'll say it on this because we're talking about it. I figured it makes sense.
No, you know what? Say anything you fucking want. This is my show. You do what you want. This isn't AX. This isn't. There's no chaperones, and nobody listens to it anyways. So you're not going to piss anyone off. Okay, so yeah, that didn't work out too well, and then you got a lot of shit for it, and I made fun of you for it at ALA. I'm pretty sure you're aware of that, right?
Yeah.
I did that. I honestly did that intentionally because I wanted you to come out. Like you seem to have been like being really low key and out of the picture, and I wanted to see if you were still out there. I honestly wanted to draw you out, and I don't know if it didn't work. So it is what it is.
Yeah, well, I heard you comment about when I was going up on that AOA thing about, look, Trung Truong is going to be racist again, and I figured I should respond to that. Instead, I just do the show, and I would show you, hey, I'm not doing this racist stuff anymore for the most part, and I've moved on.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's fine to be racist. It's because you got to make fun of the worst stuff in the world. You just have to, make it funny. So I would not tell you to stop doing that. I would just tell you to.
Well, yeah, well.
You've seen my shit. I mean,
I'm racist.
What was that?
Yeah.
I think there's a microphone mix-up. What was the last thing you said?
Oh, I was just saying that. Well, yeah, you can be racist, yeah, but just be funny when you do it. I mean, otherwise it's just that.
It's just vitriol. It's hacky. Otherwise, yeah. So you had a show tonight with
I did.
D-Boy. How'd it go?
I think it went fairly well. Danny put on a bunch of new comedians I haven't seen before.
That's good.
A bunch of old comedians that we usually work with him, Matt, Jason, people like that. My set, I think I did fairly well. Beginning was weak, but I think I ended up pretty strong.
That's good. Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing it. People give everyone shit. I got shit my first year doing this, but at a certain point it becomes water under a bridge. You know what I mean? And so that I really mocked what you said because I really wanted you to come back out and prove that you're not that asshole who just kind of fumbled up last year, because I had to do the same thing my very first year at the ALCS. I was booed off stage, and the only reason why I came back because I was pissed at the audience and I wanted to punish them for it, and they ended up liking me, and I wanted to see you come back. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to kiss your ass or anything because that's fuck you, but I'm just saying I don't like seeing people crumble under their own weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember when during Danny's comedy and conventions group, whatever. I remember my set after the AX one, the one where I replied to the people about when I called them nappy headed. I was trying to be reply to that.
Yeah.
I saw yours and Fazio's and Denzel's Thomas's comments about that, and I'll be honest, they really did like motivate me to prove you guys wrong, and that's what I've been trying to do to show you guys that I'm actually funny and not just a bunch of stereotypical hackneyed racist jokes.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, I'm not funny, but I write. I write jokes, so I create the illusion of being funny. You don't necessarily have to be funny to make jokes, to write good comedy. So that's my thing.
I think we got one there. Yeah.
I had a question. Did you get paid for tonight?
No,
No payment.
Pays no.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just I just wondered. I wondered if Danny was at the level where he could do that yet, because he's working. He seems to be working really hard at this shit. But have you done any open mics in the area down there? You're in you're in Southern. Where in Southern California are you?
I'm basically right next to Huntington Beach, so it's a pretty, I guess, popular like driving open mic night. There's a lot of them, bars, grills, bars, restaurants. But yeah, I've been to a couple of open mics, and I haven't been to one in a while. So yeah.
Yeah, open mics are great. They're great to do. I actually got banned from an open mic a couple months ago. Yeah, but that's how you know you're doing it right. You're making an impact. But so, what got you into comedy in the first place? It couldn't have just been AX.
Well, the first time I actually did stand up was Danny's thing for ALA about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, yeah. But other than that, I've always just kind of been the funny friend, and I wanted to see if I was actually funny as opposed to just these are my friends and they think I'm cool. And yeah, so me and Dennis decided to do the ALA thing together, and ever since then it's just us doing stand up.
Do you think doing stand up is different than just being the funny guy in the group?
It is so different, because being with friends, being with people that it's all a bunch of inside jokes. It's all you know exactly how everyone feels, how they're all going to react, and it's basically such a cakewalk.
It's
as
easy,
opposed
yeah.
to going on stage, writing material, and not only dealing with the audience, but just seeing if what you wrote is funny and if it works.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's another thing. How do you come up with your material? What do you do to make jokes? Like, how do you make it work?
I mean, for the longest time, I just let, I guess, jokes come to me, as cheesy as that sounds. They just like facials. They just come to you. They splooge all over your face. Yeah, and I rub them in. I get all the funny in them.
Yeah, because it's good for your skin, really.
Yeah, and I heard it makes your boobs go bigger too. But
yeah, you have no problem there. I'm just kidding.
Thank
you, dude. I'm telling you, talk shit to me. It's cool. This is how I work. All right, it's nothing personal. I'm gonna talk shit to you. I expect the same.
I don't count this as talking shit. We're I wouldn't say friends. We're acquaintances in the same field of work, and I just figure that as a friendly jab and banter.
Yeah, well, we're friends. Why not?
Yeah, sure, you're friends. Let's barbecue next week. How about that, so, huh?
I'm a vegan.
It's okay. I'll throw some leeks on the grill. It'll be delicious.
Links? I'm a vegan. I don't eat meat.
I said leeks, mofo.
Leaks? Like urine? You're gonna piss on the grill and expect me to eat it? Because I mean, I will, but it's just an odd thing to suggest.
Yeah, I know you will. So, okay, so why are you a vegan? So,
I'm not really a vegan. I just eat like one. Like I'm not above hunting. Like I'm planning to do it again, but I don't buy processed meat. I don't drink dairy. I just choose I choose not to get involved. Like I'll go fishing if I'm killing my own fish. If I'm gutting it myself, I'll go deer hunting if I'm killing it myself. Other than that, I don't do it. So and because I'm lazy, I haven't hunted in a long time, so I haven't had meat in a long time.
Yeah, I was gonna call you a big, pussy habit for being a vegan, but after telling the two people of your podcast that you hunt your own meat, I can't really do that anymore. So,
Well,
good on you for that.
I hunted since I was 8, and it's traumatic. The first time you skin a rabbit, it's like, and then you never, I don't know, I don't get used to it because it's smelly and weird. But once you're actually cooking it and you do it, because I don't know if you've ever had meat straight off the animal, but it's not that good.
Hmm.
You gotta do a lot of shit to make it taste good. The only meat that really tastes good is deer meat in a stew, basically liquefying it, turning it into like a jello substance. Then it's good. It's like the only meat that's good. I don't understand why people go on safari. Like if you're gonna kill a lion, I expect you to eat it, but eating predators is the dumbest thing to do because predators are terrible meat. They're tough, they taste horrible, and they'll rip your teeth out if you bite into them. It's just stupid to eat a predator, but people do that. They hunt predators. It's just the dumbest thing, but that's not what we're talking about here. So were you at ALA this year?
This ALA, I was, yeah.
I didn't see you at all. Like, where were you?
Well, weren't we at the video dub thing for Danny stuff?
No. The only event that I actually did was the calisthenics, and I just showed up for my set and then left. I was like drinking and all over the place drinking.
Oh, no. You were with Fazio and G, remember? You dubbed G Gum.
Oh, that's right. I was there. Yeah, I showed up at the very end for that too. I wasn't there for the whole show.
Oh, you weren't there at all except for that part. Oh, that explains things.
I only showed up when it was time for us to go on, and I had no idea I was doing that. I was just following G.
All right, so yeah, so for ALA, like the last 2 hours, Danny was like, "Hey, we need a third guy for the dub show," and for the next hour, I argued about going, and then I just set off. Went for the night. I did the show and then I left.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was not able at all.
No, that's why I didn't see. Go on.
I mean, with Thomas doing was it Thomas or Denzel doing?
It was Denzel. Thomas was a no-show this year.
Oh yeah, well with him doing that show and the recent, not the recent, but the past history I had with him, I figured I'll just not do the show, whatever. Whatever.
Denzel's cool. You can work it out with him, and he's worth working it out because he's a great man to know. He's a good upstart. He's got talent, and he's really awesome in person. And I think you can really work it out with him, and I think you should because there's no reason to have enemies in this small little nothing thing that we have right now. There's no reason for it. Like I had a huge problem with Danny, like a year ago. We worked it out. So now we're friends. I still give him shit because I'm an asshole, but he understands that and lets it go. It's nothing personal. But seriously, there's no reason to have enemies in this small. I mean, we're all in it together at this point. We're not big enough to have enemies, so we need each other, and we need each other to be good.
Good point. Because I remember ALA. We had like 4 separate like comedy-related panels going. I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah, it needs. I didn't even realize that because I was faded the whole time. But it needs to be we all need to like focus into the same spot, not kind of splinter off, because we're not good enough to do that at all. We're not. None of us are. And no disrespect to you or anyone else, but as far as I know, Damien, Fazio, and myself are pursuing it professionally. And, what good are 3 amateurs? Everyone needs to kind of pull together. Mm-hmm. We shouldn't have these splinter groups of, we do need to actually unify and shit. And with that said, speaking of which, are you going to Anime Kanji?
Kanji. When is that? Where is that?
It's in April, and I don't know where it is. And you know, what was that? It might be. I don't know. It's down south. I mean, I'm going to it.
I don't know. I totally spaced on Anime Kanji.
It's in April though. It's in April. And then Fanime is in May. And you're going to the comedy club, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to the comedy club.
Okay. Because comedy club is a staple.
Hmm?
Are you competing at the LCS this year?
Definitely.
Okay, good. I thought you were like going to say, "Well, I'm not really." You have to. You have to go out there.
I mean, after last year, it'd be pretty bad if I didn't go.
You would, to be completely honest, after last year, some people would say, good riddance, and then other people like me would say, what a fag, because you didn't face these cunts who hated you for fucking up. People are fucking assholes. My first year, people were giving me shit because my jokes weren't working, so I started attacking them. And then, boo, 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 blah, blah, blah. And then the next year, suddenly they love me. People are so fucking fickle. Fuck them. You get out there and rape them. You drill a new asshole above their old one and fuck the shit out of that one. Fuck people. They're fans of you one day, and then you have one bad show, suddenly you're nothing to them. Fuck them. Get out there and rip them apart. Destroy them. Say the N-word all you want. Make it hurt. But make it funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make it fun.
But don't limit yourself. Fuck that. Don't limit or censor yourself. That is the worst thing you can do. That is absolutely, in my opinion, personally, that's what I think.
Yeah.
How long was your set tonight?
It was about 9 minutes. Yeah.
About 10 minutes?
A bit under, I think.
That's pretty good, though. That's good. So Danny will have the footage up in probably about a week.
Not only that, Danny's making a DVD of this show, I think. Mm-hmm. For funds for his NinjaCon stuff. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So, did you have to sign a release for that?
No. I assume Danny's just our, comedy pimp. And he just kind of tricks us out to whoever wants us. So,
yeah, that's tricky. That's very, very tricky waters, because there's some things that you can do like that, like what you're doing, that can be legally counted as slavery. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even trying to be funny here. There is a legal mandate in the actual code of the Constitution, which defines slavery as basically what you're doing. If you're not clearly establishing yourself as a volunteer, you're basically being being used. I mean, if he's going to make money off of it for his, I'm assuming a NinjaCon is an NPO.
Yeah.
Even so, you gotta talk to him and make sure he gets legal representation, and you guys get yourselves protected, because you can easily have a lawsuit. And, it would suck, because we don't need, in this little facet that we're doing, we don't need to be broken up by the law because some knucklehead didn't think 2 steps ahead, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you might want to look into that.
Yeah, I never thought about that. That's weird.
I mean, like, that's the issue that I had with him about being paid, is like, when he asked me to quote headline, I asked him, okay, can I get you to talk to I'll get an agent and we'll sign a contract. And he was like, we're not doing that. I don't do that. And I was like, so what exactly is this? And there's a lot of legal shit to do if you want to do this as a career. I'm not sure if that's what you're planning on. Are you planning? You want to be a career comic?
I mean, I always wanted to do stand-up comedy, but right now I really might just focus on writing.
Writing what?
Just writing comedy. I mean,
like for troops,
TV sitcoms, whatever.
Really? You want to do
writing
that?
stuff and it's funny, as opposed to going on stage to the bereft of thousands of people. I'd rather just sit behind it.
I think the
That's
best.
not.
I think if that's what your plan is, the best way to do it is go to New York,
I thought about it.
New York City. I think that's where the hub for comedy writers are, and it's also really good for stand-up. Like, I,
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn between moving to SoCal and New York City because I'm more of a New York comic. I like it better there, but my fan base is in SoCal. I have all of my friends are there. So that's why I haven't left San Francisco yet, because I just don't know where I'm gonna go. And to be honest, San Francisco sucks for comedy. I mean, unless you're a big name, this place sucks because everyone's a faggot. They're pussies. They can't take it. I mean, Oakland's cool. Oakland can take shit. Sacramento can take shit. San Jose, Fairfield. Don't go to Fairfield though; you'll get shot. I mean, there's some brutal places that are worth going to, but the city is just, they're pompous pussies. They're just faggots. Just, ugh. I'm just complaining at this point.
No,
So,
that's nice.
do you have your set prepared for AX?
No, I mean that's what, it's 4 months away, roughly. Yeah, it's 4 months away. I always try and just focus on the next show because a lot of material will happen in 4 months.
Yeah, that's true indeed. But every year that I did it, I had my entire routine done the week after the last AX that I did, and then I would amend it as the year went on, just to make sure that it becomes the best that it could. And finally, finally, I'm judging this year. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to do that.
Oh, you're judging this year? I did not know that.
Well, I won last year.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
It
doesn't.
You become a judge. I forgot about that because Jacob disappeared after 2 years ago.
He's just. I don't know. I don't know what. I mean, everyone's still. He's still on Facebook. He just doesn't talk to anybody.
Yes.
I think I scared him because when we were partying together, I set my hair on fire. And ever since then, I never saw him. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's that. I was always so hesitant about doing anime comedy because I feel it's so stagnant.
It is. It's horseshit. It's. You got it. In my opinion, the way to do it is to sneak it in under the. You have to make a real joke under the veil of anime. Because anime is not cool. It's not funny. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks. Oh, I love Bleach. I love it. Shut up. It doesn't matter. It's not cool. It's not funny. It makes fun of itself, so it kind of doesn't make sense for you to make fun of it. So you gotta, what I did was I would just sneak in references to make it relevant, meanwhile doing actual comedy. Eventually it worked, but I think people just got sick of seeing me and just wanted me to win and leave.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's very uplifting. So why didn't you talk shit about me when I mocked you? I mean, that was plain as day. I was just begging you to step up and just tear me apart.
Yeah, well, like I said in the message, I'm not confrontational, and plus, I think it would have been better if I just showed you that you were wrong by just doing better. Because I can talk big, but it doesn't matter how big I talk if all I have to my name is saying the N-word at AX and then just more bad racist jokes.
People love drama, though. If you said something to mock me tonight at your show, that would have been great. and because I don't take it personally, because it's show business. It means nothing. And people love that horse shit. You know, the 4chan has existed for as long as it has because people love this horse shit. They love nothing. They love acting like they're better than it. Meanwhile, all they do is get involved in it. People are so full of shit, and they love being full of it, and they feed off of it. So, you know, I'm telling you, you'd be doing me a personal favor if you called me a dirty, multi-gendered nothing or something. You know, just. I mean, you did the joke about, soap being pretty. You know, I appreciate the effort in that, but that's, who hasn't said that about me? Oh, that's a dude. Like, my second year going up there was some asshole was like, that's actually a guy? Like, yeah, that was really creative, you asshole. You know, that's the best you can come up with. Oh, a dude has long hair and is skinny. Must be a girl. Shut up. You know, fucking stupid heck. That's another thing. Anime hecklers are the dumbest people in the world. You don't have to do much to shut them down. All you have to do is look at them. Just look at them funny, and then they back. Fucking coward faggots. I don't know if you've noticed that. But
no, it's pretty obvious when it comes to actual hecklers and then just these people in the audiences that just have no idea what to do or even how to heckle properly.
Yeah.
Just spouting off whatever's popular on the internet. When they spout off what
so
they think. Oh god, the internet stuff is the worst.
It really is. Like the thing last year at the LCS, you got to make fun of memes. Really? Doesn't that kind of do it itself?
That projection screen was just terrible. That should not have existed.
I don't like the projection things because I think, I mean, I appreciate what they did for me this year and last year because they kind of support me, but when the pictures come up, they kind of break up the flow of your routine, and it's a little jarring. But you know, you take it as a challenge, work with it, and roll with it because they're not going to stop. You know, everybody likes being cute. Whatever. But I'm going to have a lot of fun judging this year. So you better audition. Bring the best shit, man.
Don't worry, man. I will.
I'm not worried. You know. Wait, you lose. What am I losing? You know what I mean? But if
you're sitting there for like 2 hours watching probably the unfunniest people you've ever met just talk.
Well, I'm cool with that because I can ad-lib and I can destroy people, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And I know it's mean, but you know, if you're going up stage and you're not funny, you deserve to be punished because people people show up to see funny people, and if nobody's funny, they're getting ripped off. Yeah, they didn't pay for anything, so really fuck them. But it's the principle. Yeah, good luck on it.
You should expect it. If you're just putting yourself on stage in front of all these people, chances are at least half the people aren't going to like you anyway.
Yeah, especially as this year, I think more than half of the audience didn't like me. To be frank, I think they only showed up. I remember a friend of mine was telling me that people were talking about me in the line because they didn't know me. They were saying, "Oh, I heard about this guy named Soap." So like people who like me talked good about me to people who wouldn't like me but didn't realize it. So I had a lot of people show up to see me, and then they didn't like me. So I don't think I deserved to win, but I never think I deserved to win. I don't know, whatever. I didn't even get anything for it. Actually, I did. Anime Expo sent me some. What they sent me was a bag, which is basically saying, here's your prize. Now, when you come back next year, buy more shit. You know, it's not even a gift. It's like a suggestion to spend more money on them. How greedy are you? But I should be nice because I guess I'm working for them now. I don't know.
Yeah, don't they pay for your badge next year? Or
I don't know if they pay for it, but it's free. And if it's not, I'm walking in anyways. Who's gonna stop me? Yeah, con security. Yeah, the big threats they are. Fucking four-eyed nobodies. As the great wrestler once said, pencil neck geeks. Some of these cunts, you give them a vest, suddenly they think they're Judge Dredd. Ugh, they bother the shit out of me.
Well, that's who volunteers at these kinds of things. People that just want to feel really good and powerful because they have a walkie-talkie and have a tiny little stick they can hit people with.
Oh, it makes me want to shit on their shoes and then piss on it to clean it. You know, they're just, fuck you. Oh, you can't walk that way. Really? There's ground. Apparently, I can. Oh, no, it's not allowed. Go through that exit, not that. Fuck you. I'll go through any goddamn exit I want. No one's in the way. There's no fire. I'm not going to be standing in the doorway. I'm going to keep moving. Why don't you calm the fuck down? Maybe you need to get a blowjob once in a while. Maybe that's part of the criteria. Volunteers can't have sex ever. They have to be. It's like joining a church. You have to be chaste or some shit.
To be fair, I think in the locker room, I assume they're just all jerking each other off about how cool they are in a way.
Like literally, because that's a party I would join.
Yeah, like literally.
Well, then, no, they're not cool enough for that.
You're not scary and asshole-ish enough. Surprisingly, you're not asshole-ish enough.
Wait, what was that? I'm not an asshole? Is that what you said?
You're not enough to be a volunteer at AX. They have some pretty high standards from what I've seen.
Oh, no, I would never volunteer. I don't want to work. Why would I want to go to... Why would I want to go on a vacationary trip to work more? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not doing that. Plus, I don't need your perks. I don't need your... I don't need to be in a room full of people who smell like pancit and... we've got poke and ramune. Yeah, I've got whiskey like a man. You know, I don't give a shit about your stupid anime. I only go because it's like habitual at this point. And yeah, it's stupid for me to... But I've been doing it for like 12 years now. What, am I going to stop? You know, it's a habit now. And I like cross-playing because I look fucking gorgeous. That was nice. Sorry about that.
Very ladylike.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so, do you have any other gigs coming up?
Not right now. I mean, I really want to get back in the open mic scene around here because it's a lot easier than just waiting for Jenny shows. And not only that, the crowd is just completely different because I want like real
people. Yeah,
and
real people don't put up with shit.
Yeah, like not like the people that like. I mean, come on, Danny's audience. It's all people he knows and we know, so it's not like they're gonna have a bad show.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you go to a bar, these people are drunk. They probably don't even want you to be there. So, perfect.
I love that. In my opinion, the best places for me, for my style to play at, are rock clubs because those people are drugged out. They're my people, and I can just tear them apart, and their friends will mock them. Rock clubs are the best places for people like me to play at. They're just awesome. I don't know if you've ever done that at a rock club, like where everyone's trashed and angry and like racist and like in leather and white. It's pretty scary and awesome.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it does.
The worst I got was some drunk old lady who wouldn't stop yelling at me.
Yeah. How old was she? Was she hot?
Nah, not because she was old, but she was old and she was not hot. Two separate things.
Yeah. Would you fuck her anyways?
Sure, why not? I mean, she was a bitch, so yeah, it'd be like a hate fuck. But yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the best.
Was she fat? She was fat, right?
Oh, yeah, she was fat, and she had her geezer husband with her. I was just angry because right after the show, I just thought of all these responses and comebacks to her, but during the show, I was just really off put by this old lady yelling at me. I'm not used to that.
What was she saying? Hello? You there?
Yeah.
What was she? Did you hear me?
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, what was she saying?
I think she was just interrupting me. She was just questioning me about what I said, and I should have responded with something about her hearing aid or something like that. But no, I was just really just tripping over the fact fucking Mother Teresa was yelling at me.
Yeah, hecklers. Good hecklers are great because what I've learned with hecklers is don't pounce on them immediately. I made that mistake a couple years ago. It worked out because I got lucky because I was in front of a crowd of pussies. But let a heckler heckle and let them go on. And once you notice that they've pissed off the people around them, destroy them. And you don't even have to do much because instantly the crowd will support you in shutting down the idiot. That's what I've learned, and I think it's useful. So you say writing, comedy writing. What have you been doing lately with that?
Lately, I mean, a couple of friends. We've been really wanting to start, I guess, a sketch group in the vein of Human Giant, White Sketch,
like a comedy troupe.
Yeah, and other than that, I've been working on something. I guess a sitcom. I don't know, but that's pretty much all I've been doing. Like comedy-wise, supposed to be this.
Is this like a Hollywood-produced kind of thing?
It's more like in my grandpa's backyard produced.
Oh, that's... Hey, you know what? You can do so much shit on your own nowadays.
It's crazy. I mean,
it really is.
That's why there's YouTube. People get fucking famous just from shooting videos of their dicks with people.
I've got like 3 people who know who I am because of this podcast.
How?
Yeah, 3 people. 3 people who
people
know me.
Hear about this podcast.
I don't promote it, so I don't give a shit. I've always said, I want to do the Iron Maiden way of promotion. I don't know if you know what they did back when they started, but they didn't have a manager and they didn't have an agent. They just gigged constantly for like a decade, and word of mouth made them the icons that they are, because they didn't have any product placement or any advertisement. They just kicked ass everywhere they went. That's the kind of shit I want to do. So but I haven't done it yet because no one's talking about me. So like maybe if I call you a derogatory name, it'll piss off other people in the same ethnic group, and then they'll talk about me. But I don't want to do it that way because it's too cheap.
That won't even work. I'm Asian. The worst you can call me is a coolie, and that's not even that offensive. Asians get out the short end of the stick on the whole hate monger scale.
Couldn't I just say you're bad at math?
Fair. I failed geometry twice.
Yeah, I failed everything. Yeah. Because I'm Asian too, but nobody knows it, so I kind of get away with things. People don't assume my dick is small, which it's not, and that's why that further kind of emphasizes the fact that they think I'm not Asian. No disrespect to you. I'm not saying.
Oh no, I'm good with my pencil.
I'm just saying, if a girl deep-throated you, she probably wouldn't gag.
They never do.
Yeah.
That's why hookers love me.
Oh, really? Are you into hookers? Really?
Huh? No.
No? You never paid for a hooker?
No, I couldn't afford it.
Dude, you could easily get like a $20 blowjob. I mean, yeah, you might have a going away present, gonorrhea, or everyone's favorite chlamydia, which is such a beautiful girl's name.
Yes.
But I dated a prostitute once, and don't judge, because I didn't know she was a prostitute until I found out, and then I was like, oh well, at least I'm getting it for free.
Yeah, you're pretty cool if you're getting sex free from a prostitute.
No, you're not. I dodged so many bullets of STDs with that cunt. She wasn't even that pretty. I don't know what I was thinking. You ever date someone and realize you could do better?
Yeah. But hey, you're dating her. I mean, that's already happened. Battle one.
No. Because people settle. You dude, you could get any fucking broad in the world if you apply yourself properly and you know what to get. And I dated so many broads, and I was with them. I was like, why am I with you? You're annoying, or your face is weird, or you really suck in bed, or you're stupid, or just, it just baffles the mind. How it's just. I think it all boils down to that people don't have self-confidence. If everyone was kind of self-assured, but not in an arrogant way, I think people would get along a lot better.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, good addition. That was a good contribution to that conversation there. Man, what else is there? You said you had a problem with what me and Fazio were talking about the last podcast?
No, I didn't have a problem with it. Basically, I'll tell you, Dan called me up and told me about it, and I was like, I was offended.
What did he say? What did he say?
Well, he just told me that you and Fazio talked smack about him and his crew, mostly me.
Actually, we didn't talk shit. We just said that it was it wasn't the right direction. I mean, it has to get on track. We need to work together. Nobody was talking shit about it. If anyone was talking shit, shit would be said. Like, Fazio and I both don't hold back.
Yeah, but then I listened to your podcast. I mean, and I wasn't really offended by it, but I was like, these guys are wrong. But just that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I hope I am. Personally, I don't think Danny's funny at all, but some people do. Whatever. You haven't made me laugh yet. But it sounds like you got the confidence that you think you know you're going to, and I'm really hoping to see it. Like, I'm hoping Danny gets funnier, but he just seems to be going the promotion way, which seems to work for him. You know, like if you can't teach, he seems perfect for that. Of course, he's not really teaching very well with the whole legal issues that I just mentioned. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing. Do you have any bits you want to throw out right now? Like, just go for it. I think the like 2 listeners I have would love to hear it.
Okay, so just to clarify, what have you seen from me since the AX thing?
I make a point to watch every Little Tokyo thing. And I've seen the AX, and I saw a thing that you and Danny were at in some club,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, it was. I mean, I just didn't laugh. I mean, it could have been me, or it could have been, you know, whatever. But I don't think Danny's never made me laugh, and you haven't yet. So you seem a lot more confident.
Just making jokes is weird, because there's a difference in jokes that I find funny and jokes that I think other people would find funny.
You see, that's all you got to do. Here's the thing: you don't need to make me laugh. I'm just one person. You need to make you laugh so that you're true to yourself, and when you're true to yourself, you will draw in the moths to your flame. Like, I've attracted a crowd of assholes, and I accept it. Girls don't like me. They don't. I mean, some do because I'm cute, but my material is very anti-human, and you know, a lot of people don't like that. So you gotta, if you're making a joke that makes you happy, stick with it. Whether or not it makes me laugh, whether or not it makes Fauzi laugh, if it makes you happy, stick with it, because it'll bring in your crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and that's the whole problem with the whole fucking anime stand-up thing. It's always the same crowd.
Well, there were new people last year. That's why I got so many disappointed people. That's why so many people didn't like me.
It takes a lot of cojones to disappoint that many people without like having sex with all of them at the same time.
Oh God, I wouldn't touch half of those people with a 10-foot pole with a knife at the end of it. Ugh. Have you seen some of the loaves of bread that waddle into the seats? Ugh.
I've seen the entire bakeries walk into the seats.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Good ad-libbing right there.
What a douche.
No, but throw a joke. I mean, I really want. I don't want to wait until next week. I want to hear something.
Oh, one thing that made me feel really good, and take it how you will. I told a story about in first grade how I had my first Valentine's Day, my first crush, and my first heartbreak, basically. And it was basically okay. So Valentine's Day is coming up. I'll tell you guys about my first Valentine's, and it's about this beautiful little girl, Leah Shaper, and it was weird because I literally just saw her like 2 hours before the show. So
she was actually there.
What was that? Did you say anything?
Yeah, she was. Your crush was actually there.
No, she wasn't at the show, but I saw her. Like,
this
right
was
before
at the time. This was at the time.
That was really weird.
Okay, I'm with you. Go on.
And then I made a whole joke about maybe it was destiny. Maybe I was supposed to talk to her and invite her to the show when we fall in love. Pause. Nah. And that gets a laugh. And then I tell them, okay, so basically, God, this is so weird. Telling a joke, but just telling it instead of doing it.
No, just do it. Just do the joke. Like, tit for tat, I'll give you a joke too once you're done.
Alright.
I'm the audience. Make me laugh. Or do your best and maybe I'll get it, you know?
Alright, so there's this girl, Leah Shaver. She was amazing. I don't think she knew who I was, but I knew who she was. And Valentine's Day is coming up, and my teacher was doing this thing where we would all be able to bring in Valentines and pass them out. And I figured that's what I would do. I would give her my heart. So I went to Target and I found the biggest fucking like Hershey's chocolate heart I could find. I was like 5 back then, so it was fucking huge to me, but it was probably like maybe a foot right now. And so the next day, lunch, break, whatever, it's time for Valentine's, blah, blah, blah. And we all set our Valentines on our table. So when you're one by one, people would grab their Valentines and they would pass them out to the class. And when it was my turn to go up, mine was missing. And I just stood there for minutes, for hours, for probably about 10 seconds. And and so, I cried. I cried in my classroom on Valentine's Day. And I sat back down and I got fucking snickerdoodles or the hell pixie sticks you get from those crappy Valentine's packages. And at the end of the day, my teacher gave me a note. It said, "Hey Trung, I hope you had a good Valentine's Day. Thank you for the chocolate heart." And at that moment, 2 things hit me. Two emotions. One, I felt angry, sad, sorrow, not happy, fury. But on the other, the second thing I felt was anxious. Because now I felt that maybe I could nail my old first grade teacher.
Okay, is that the punchline?
Yeah, and that's what I ended with.
That's actually, you were getting into something that was the first time you ever made me smile, for one thing. That was actually, there's a good joke in there that's funny. But can you start off from the beginning again? Because I didn't want to interrupt you because I wanted to let you go through a full dry run, and then I wanted to critique it if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Start off from the beginning.
Okay, well, just to say that I did not write this joke down, so it's probably a lot different.
Well, just, whatever.
But,
if it's your joke.
Yeah, I started with the whole, let's talk about my first grade crush, a story of heartbreak, sorrow, and sadness.
You said she didn't know you, but you knew her. That's one of the things you said, right?
Yeah.
See, that's a perfect opportunity for a quick one-liner. Like, she didn't know who I was, but I knew who she was because I saw her in the bathroom every day. It's just something really quick. Like, you can't, in my opinion, you can't leave people hanging. You gotta, that's a big joke. And the punchline, there's 2 legitimate punchlines in that chunk you just did, but that's it. So, in my opinion, if you snuck in a quick, like 7 or 8 quick jab little remarks to just bring the people along, and then just you hit them with the one punchline, and then you uppercut them with the second, knock them out. That chunk could really work because there's legitimate humor in that, but it needs more quick jabs or something. Because if you're going on a story, it has to be funny. Unless you're like Bill Cosby, who's just a naturally good storyteller, and none of us are.
No.
So that's my advice.
To be fair, right before this, I did this thing here. The reason I did this, the end so, I guess, slow and building up was because earlier I did this joke where it's just, I guess, nothing but jabs. And I wanted to differentiate from that. Okay.
Well, if you want to do that kind of thing, that's your prerogative, but is that how you did it on stage, like the way you just told me?
Yeah, for the most part.
Because if that is, the cadence you have is kind of jarring. It's kind of, it's like running your hand over sandpaper. It seems like you're nervous. Are you?
Yeah. I mean,
okay, it's good to be nervous. Being nervous is good. If you're actually nervous, it means you care. But if you're letting it control you, then it comes out. Like, a lot of people comment on how confident I look on stage, but nobody realizes how many medications I take. Like, I'm mentally ill. I have a lot of psychological problems, and I have severe anxiety. but nobody knows it because I don't let them see it. You know, that's the thing. That's what you got to do. And but when you're actually on stage, you don't look that nervous. But
Well, yeah, I'll be honest. I'm a bit more nervous than I am right now than I was on stage.
now, why is that?
It's about, to be fair, you're not laughing as much as the audience was. And that's kind of what you need to keep you rolling, knowing that the audience is not only listening, but responding.
Okay, well, maybe, see, like, I'm legitimately trying to give good advice because I want all of us to be good, because apart from Uncle Yo and cosplay comedian Joe in the East, we're all that exists in the SoCal area. I mean, I'm in San Francisco, Thomas is in Oakland, but we all work down in SoCal with the same thing. So if we work together, if we're all awesome, you know, we could really be a force. And so that's why I'm trying to give my opinion. Whether or not you take it as your prerogative, you know, it's all up to you.
Well, I appreciate your advice. It's nice to be able to sit down and actually talk to someone who at least has some experience, like actually doing stand-up.
Yeah, and I'm not, you know, I have a lot of work to do. Like, I don't know if
everyone does.
My last show at ALA, I was so out of my mind, intoxicated, and that's why I was just kind of doing whatever I fucking felt like, because I didn't care. I really didn't care. I couldn't have cared less. That was my most uncaring, I didn't care. I can't explain to you how much I didn't care about being on that stage. So I was just name-calling, say whatever. I didn't give a shit. And that's not necessarily a good attitude, you know. And, you know, I learned that. And you never go on stage drunk. You shouldn't do it. You know, don't go on stage high. These are things that everyone learns in the beginning. But being an alcoholic, you know, I did it anyways. But that joke you had, it had two good punchlines, but it got to it very, very awkwardly. But but the punchlines are solid. If you could smooth into it, it would really work. But you know, it's being the storyteller type of comic I think is really hard. I don't think I can do it. It's something. So like, okay, you did your joke, so I'm gonna give you a joke that I do.
All right.
But I'm probably retiring. Okay, and I'm sure listeners have heard this. So I moved into a new apartment, and the first day I was there was a spider crawling up the wall, and you know, and I was angry for some reason. You know, like I woke up alive, so I was pissed, but whatever. And the spider was crawling up the wall, and so I start fucking cussing him out and talking shit to him. And as soon as I'm done yelling at him, he stops moving. And I think, ah, shit, did he just understand me? You know, because I don't want to piss off a spider, because they have like thousands of kids. You know, it's like pissing off a Mexican. You know? And I don't give a fuck if you don't think that. That's funny. I laugh at that.
I think it's funny.
But there's more. Is it like, and this is actually a true story. I did that joke months ago, and this guy came up to me after my show and was like, dude, that is a negative stereotype. I did not appreciate that. That was a negative thing to say. And he was right. You know, it was a negative thing to say, because who wants a bunch of Mexican kids? But he was really upset about it. So I took him backstage. I tried to calm him down. I said, listen, Dad, I'm not trying to say I have a problem with Mexicans. It was a joke. You know, it was just a joke. But if you think that we have a problem here, we can go back to your place. You know, you can have a couple of beers, because that's what you people do. Maybe we could have a barbecue on the side of the freeway when you're done selling oranges. The point is, we don't have to fight about it. You know? You know, my dad, he's an idiot. But he's not as dumb as my mom, because she's a woman. And she's a fan of Bleach. So, what does that tell you? See, that's what you call a chunk, and whether or not you thought it was funny, there were a lot of subtle punchlines between it. Nothing was really a big hitter. They were all little quick jabs, because that's what I like to do. I like to make jokes like a machine gun that are constantly coming at you. Nothing I say is really big, but I say so many things that it just shreds you apart. as an audience member if you like my humor. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I do it. I think we're both learning here. This is good. What I'm going to do right now, we're going to take a quick break. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
I'm going to pause the recording, and then we're going to be right back for the audience. And so, audience, we'll be right back. And trust me, it'll feel like a second. And we're back. See how quick that was? I told you it wouldn't even be a second, you fucking untrustworthy listeners who don't really like me. But anyways, back on the shit. So we're here with Trung, obviously, because it was just a second ago that you heard that. Trung, what kind of comic do you see yourself as?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what my style should be or what kind of jokes I should tell.
Well, I mean, what do you feel? I mean, what do you want to do? What comes naturally to you?
Every time I do a set or a joke, there's this time after it where I feel like I was just copying someone else's style.
Yeah, that's perfectly normal for upstarts. Like when I started, I basically tried to emulate Greg Giraldo, and then Bill Burr, and then Doug Stanhope, and eventually, I'm kind of growing into myself. And but that never goes away. You're always going to end up kind of being a part of who you love. You just have to kind of be consciously aware of it and remember who you actually are. But the first step is to discover what you are. So, like, what do you think you are as a comic? Do you think you're an insult comic? Are you observational? Are you abstract? Absurd? What do you want to do? Like,
I guess I want to be Mike Birbiglia. I guess I want to tell stories about my life that people find funny.
So okay, so that like is you do seem like that. You seem like you have a penchant for the storytelling style, but for me that's a very hard thing to do. I can't give you any advice on how to do it other than just string them along the whole way. Keep them interested. It's hard to keep people, audiences. It's hard to keep audiences interested. I mean, I'm lucky because I look like a faggot, and people are interested to know whether or not I actually had treatment to become a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you were born a woman, right? I get that a lot. And it's just a lucky break that I got. Yeah, a lucky break. Yeah, except when I'm in Kentucky. We don't want them faggot niggers here. Like, dude, I'm like mixed. Well, it is what it is. But if you're gonna do that storytelling thing, dude, work on it. If that's what you are, do it. And
I want to ask you a question. How has your stand-up changed since you first started? So you want to be Greg Giraldo. How has that changed to what you do now?
I don't complain. I mock. Like, my biggest idol in the beginning was Greg Giraldo, and when I started, I gave delivery like him. Like, when I'm really heated, I talk like him. I talk very quickly, very aggressively, but I've learned over the years, I've kind of become much more subdued. Another one of my idols is Patrice O'Neill, and it's because there's a psychology to the comedy that he does that it's based on such unabided reality. You cannot deny what he says as being fake or anything. You can't say that it's fake. It just happens to be funny. So, taking all of the influences that I have, Lenny Bruce, Doug Stanhope is a huge influence. Patton Oswalt, Norm Macdonald, what's his name? Mitch Hedberg. There's such an amalgam of influences, and I've learned to not be that, and kind of, what is it that I am? And I'm methodical, I'm slow, I'm negative, cynical, and quick. So I learned that I learned to be what I am, which is I kind of deliver slow, but in my slow delivery, there's 1,000 punchlines, and I expect that a lot of people won't get them, which is why I have so many. I try to make in one chunk of my bit, in one chunk, I try to have at least 14 punchlines, very small ones, so that at least people will get 7 of them. Someone's going to get some of them. At some point, I want to make every single person laugh. And when I see, I learned from Fazio. I actually look up to Fazio because he's so good with interacting with the audience. Mm-hmm. And what I did at ALA was I wanted to do that, and that's all I did. I didn't really rely on my material. I just improvised and talked shit to people. And I learned that that is so fun. And I'm going to incorporate that at Fanime, because Fanime the Fanime crowd at the comedy club, they don't like me. They do not like me.
I noticed that.
Yeah, really? How did you notice that?
Well, the last comedy club thing, I watched you perform. I couldn't help but notice that they didn't like you as much as the SoCal crowd did.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a pocket in the left corner in the back who were my fans. If you noticed, they were the ones that were cheering. Those are the people I went for. Everyone else, go fuck yourself. I don't go for you. I go for my people. And that's how you got to do it. Fuck everyone. Go for your people. Now, you haven't found your crowd yet. But at Fanime, I know they don't like me. And I know I'm still going to draw my people there. Because I know they're out there, and I know they're going to show up. And they know that I'm going to show up for them. And when I get that shitty, headlight deer look from cosplayers, now that I've worked on interacting with the crowd, I'm going to rip into them. If I see someone not laughing, I'm going to stop the set and drill into them, make them the target, and fuck with them. And I don't give a shit if nobody likes it, because I like it. And if I like it, I know my people will like it that much more. So I don't know if any of that answered your question.
Oh, I answered my question. I mean, I hate to be the broken record here, but when I first started comedy, all I did was just Mitch Hedberg stuff. Mm-hmm. One-liners with play, and I still love those, because during my set tonight, I looked over some of my old material, and it's kind of disgusting looking at it.
Are you going through it now?
Yeah, I'm going through it now.
Yeah, this is something that I learned also. What I personally do when I'm going up on stage immediately, what I immediately do is say the most absurd thing that I can, the most absurd joke. I always try to open with a completely asinine, what the fuck joke. And it doesn't necessarily have to be funny, but the purpose for that joke is to dismantle the mindset of the people, because I'm usually going on after someone, so they remember them, and it's my turn. This is my stage now, so you're coming on my train. So I say something that's completely out of its mind to throw people off, and once they're thrown off the tracks, I make them come to my level by talking them into my jokes. And it doesn't always work, because some people they're too clean. They don't like the F word. They don't think making fun of their favorite anime is funny, because somehow they have an unusual attachment to it, as if they've made it. And those people are the people that I attack. But that's what I do. You open up with something really absurd or funny, just to immediately get them. If you don't have them laughing within 10 seconds, you're going too long. So one-liners are good, but their biggest purpose is to get them on your track and off of the previous person. And that's what you got to do. That, in my opinion, that's what I try to do. Mm-hmm. I think it's helped me stand out, because everyone assumes I'm such a negative Nelly. So I exploit it, and I say, you ever come so hard you forget memories? And it throws people off. And now I have them. And I say, I was fucking my girlfriend the other day, and it was awesome, we were using a pineapple, and, sideways in the ass. It was really weird but it tasted great, blood and pineapple. It was see, it's just, that's what I do, and a lot of people are like, that's not funny, and I'm like, really, you don't think that's funny? Wow, how many dicks have you sucked? Oh, wait, you haven't, because you're a cunt. You're too much of a pansy to actually fucking drop trowel and swallow a dick. And that fanime crowd, except for my fans, pompous, they just, let me hear about anime. If you want to hear about anime, go to one of the other faggot Hitalia screenings. I'm sure there's about 3 of them going on at the time that the comedy club is going on. Why don't you go watch that shit, you fucking cunt? And, I don't get it. How do you see 40-year-olds, like, I've seen old people at the comedy club. What the fuck are you doing there? Are you trying to pick up someone? You trying to get laid? Because, I don't think an autopsy doctor would lay you. He wouldn't give you a Y incision. He'd give you a decapitation just to get your head out of the way. Your face looks like a foot, and your body looks like a loaf of bread that's molding. Why are you here? You just want to say this shit to people, but then you can't because you're offending people. Yeah. Now I'm just ranting. Sorry, noise. I'm sorry, audience. I'm making noise. So storytelling, that's tricky business. That's what you think that's what you think you gravitate to the most?
It seems like it. I don't know.
It's good. It's really good if you do it. Like, I think, first of all, like I said, you had 2 really good punchlines in that joke you had. And the first one made me smile. The second one made me laugh. I've never laughed from anything you've ever said. So that's, you obviously are proving that you're working. And that's good. I think that's very admirable. And the fact that you're on this podcast with someone like me shows that you're a fucking dude. You're a fucking man. You're not a pussy. And, so I respect that a lot. If you can't make the N-word funny, don't say it. But if you can, fucking say the shit out of it. But it's gotta be funny. I have a reputation of being funny with racism, but that's, not easy to do. It's not easy at all. And I wouldn't recommend anyone do it. When I started out, I was kind of an insult comic, but I don't want to be that, because that's really dangerous work. But I think what you're doing, I think you can do it, and I think if you work, you've got a few months. If you make a really good set with really good, punctual, to the point stories, I think you got it. I really want to see your audition, and I'll be completely honest with you. If you suck, I'm not going to lie to you. If you're good, I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I mean?
Sounds good.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing your shit, because you actually made me laugh. And I'm really looking forward to these new people. I don't know who they are. I really want to see who he's brought in. I really want to see. He's how many old timers are left? I'm pretty sure G is still going to try out, because I know he wants to win a second time. I wish Anton would do it, because he's just so fucking naturally funny. I hate that about him.
He just doesn't care enough. That's the magic of him.
He's cute, he's sweet, he's kind, and he's funny. And I hate him. Because he has everything that I can't have. Plus, he has a beautiful girlfriend. Now, I have a hot girlfriend, too. But they seem to like each other. And it's
that's hard to find in a relationship.
It's so cute. You love your girlfriend. That's so sweet. I love my girlfriend, but we hate each other, So it's, we don't, but it's been 9 years. How long is this shit gonna go on? No, my girlfriend knows I love her. But, Anton's awesome. Jack Brazil, I really hope comes back. He is fucking funny. And, he was the guy that I was going to work with if I moved out to New York City, which I'm still not sure I'm going to do. What are your major plans aside from the comedy writing? What's your goals?
Recently, I've been really motivated to do comedy stuff, kind of because it's that same old story of just living in a small town, blah blah blah. everyone's moving out to the big city because a small town is really stifling. I have friends who live in San Francisco. I've been there. It's a big culture shock from living in not a big city.
Yeah, because this place, everyone is fake because they're nice. They're just so fake. If you go in the right districts, you deal with real Bay Area people who are kind of, dickish. But like if you go to Union Square, that is not a good representation of the Bay Area. Everyone there is nice. Everyone there thinks they're political and they think they're progressive and all this shit. And they're just full of shit. They're fake, trust fund nobodies with blonde hair who I should be fucking, but I'm not because I'm with someone. You know the type. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But there are parts of San Francisco that are Oakland-ish. Like I lived in Polk Street for a while, which isn't that bad. But if you take a few steps, a few blocks south, then you realize, ugh, it's kind of dirty here. Why are there so many black people? I thought this was San Francisco. I didn't think they could afford it. See, that's a racist joke. But, I thought it was funny. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're black. No, I'm just kidding. See, I can say that because nobody knows what an ethnicity I am. Because I'm literally 17 different ethnicities. And so I could, say anything, and, no one could, can he say that? It's like, yeah, who knows? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But I am actually part black, but let's not talk about that. I don't want to put myself down. See, another racist joke. You see how easy it is for me? It's just natural. I'm an asshole. But, what were we talking about?
Back to the topic of my plans.
Yeah, the point. Yeah, there you go.
I was really motivated to first off, actually start maybe pursuing comedy seriously. Second off, getting out. And my friend suggested, maybe you should check out some improv schools, like on the east side, Boston, New York, what have you. So I seriously considered doing that after I finished maybe a bit more college down here or something. Or at least, there's fucking improv classes at comedy schools in LA. I'm thinking about doing that too. Just something to actually be serious about doing this.
Personally, to give you my opinion, don't. I think you have a great idea to go to Boston. I want a gig in Boston, but Boston will destroy you. They will eat you alive. Don't do comedy classes because it's bullshit. It's a waste of money. The best way to do it is to get out there and fail. And Boston will make you cry. They are brutal. The tri-state area are horrible people. That's why I love them. Because I get them. And they will tear into you. And you gotta fight back. And the second they smell blood, they will, like sharks, just destroy you. And that's the best training. California are nice. The California audiences are generally kind. In the East Coast, if you're not making them laugh, you're wasting their money, and they will let you know it. So you really have to have quick wit, deadly wit, and thick skin. And then you gotta be angry. You gotta get out there and you know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm funny. The fact that you're too stupid to know it, you're too stupid to realize you paid money for someone you couldn't understand. It's not my problem. Maybe you should go back to school. Oh wait, you can't afford it because you're black. And then they get angry back, and then it goes back and forth. They're brutal. Philadelphia, brutal. New York City is kind of ebb and flow. They're kind of both. Boston is brutal. Other good places. There's a lot of good places in Texas that are kind of on the middle ground. They're not necessarily brutal, but they're not necessarily nice. California is not a good place to start out for comedy, in my opinion, because everyone's too nice. They're too nice. And the problem with that is it doesn't weed out a lot of... no disrespect to Danny as a comic. He knows I don't think he's funny. But if he started in Boston, he would have quit the day after. Because they would have made him... They would have made him an atheist, first of all. They would have destroyed him. And, if Uncle Yo goes to an actual Boston club that isn't some fucking faggot convention in Baltimore... Otakon, go fuck yourself. If he does that, he will get ass raped so many times because he's a hacky nothing that talks about what he claims is nurtured. And Uncle Yo, if you're listening to this, no disrespect, but you're about as funny as a dead clam. Now, that's just my opinion, you know? And I'm an asshole, so you can go ahead and say that shit back to me. And your little shithead fans can, you know, they can email me, the regrettablepodcast@gmail.com. Give me all the hate mail you want. Go for it. I don't give a shit. You're not funny. Cosplay comedian Joe, you look like a bad boxer. You look like you've been in one too many fights and you've lost them all. Your nose is like, you know how ugly you are. You should never be in a video podcast. You're not funny. Stop it. But what were we talking about? No, I'm just yelling.
We were talking about. Okay, I talked about.
Don't do comedy. Don't do comedy.
Sorry, going on about how I should do that, but not for classes, just to be in the scene and get massacred.
My opinion: don't take classes because it's a waste of your money. The best way is to dive in and drown, and then fight your way out. In my opinion, and in Boston, you know the term the Jedi trials. That's what Boston is. We're all Padawans in California. If you make the jump to Boston, you better prepared for the trials of the Jedi because either you come out a Jedi Knight or you die. That's how it's going to be. You're going to quit or you're going to be a comic. And Boston is a great trial by fire. Like, even if you don't move out there, fly out there, book a gig. Do enough open mics where you can get paid, get yourself a booking agent, or become your own licensed booking agent, because in New York you have to actually have a license, and at least for music, and book yourself in Boston, and make sure you get a sponsorship, make sure you're a part of a record deal or something so you don't have to pay for the flight and the hotel. Get out there and watch them destroy you, and then just fight back. Test yourself. Boston is the greatest place to test yourself because they will fucking obliterate you. If Danny went out to Boston, he would quit. I put my word on that. He would quit. Danny would quit. G might quit. Fazio would be so much better if he went out to Boston. I would get angry and probably become a murderer. You gotta be prepared. Boston is no fucking joke. Boston breeds, they bred Dane Cook when he was good. Doug Stanhope came from northern Boston. Bill Burr, straight out of Boston. Patrice O'Neill was from a really shitty area in Boston. I think Nick DiPaolo, was out of Boston. Jim Norton, excuse me. I don't remember where he's from, but Jim Norton is fucking awesome, so it doesn't matter where he's from. But yeah, it's brutal, man. It's brutal. I'm telling you. Wow, it's pretty interesting. I talk too much. You didn't talk enough. You just let me rant. Nobody wants to hear me. Enough. Yeah, dude, you gotta have that. You gotta have that charisma. You gotta bring it out. You know, like that demure shit ain't gonna fly. This isn't J-Rock. You can't put on makeup and have overexposure light and a close-up that no one needs to see and expect people to like you. This isn't J-Rock. This is comedy. You gotta put yourself out there. You gotta be who you are and make it known, you know? I mean, you're not Yohio from Semity and whatever horseshit that faggot is doing. What a fucking cunt. Have you seen him without makeup? He looks like a giraffe with Down syndrome. He's a fucking cunt, and he's getting all this attention. Oh, he can shred. Yeah, people with cerebral palsy can shred. As long as you have fingers, you can shred. There's no soul in shredding on guitar. Stevie Ray Vaughan didn't shred because he had soul. He flowed. Jimi Hendrix, he didn't shred. He put his soul in the fucking song. That faggot, half of the faggots in J-Rock, they ain't got no fucking soul. They're all full of shit. The only good music in Japan, in my opinion, is rap. And I'm not even bullshitting you. Listen to Zebra. Listen to the lyrics. Like, he talks about the shit that goes on, the horse shit, the racism, the economic bullshit, the stress, put on the Japanese children to be whatever just to make their stupid dumbass families proud. And I say dumbass because they're racist and they don't want to interbreed with the Chinese and all that shit. Personally offends me because I am Chinese. Go fuck yourself. And Zebra, he talks shit about it. It's J-Rock just doesn't do it. No, let me put on makeup and sound like a scared goat falling off a mountain. Maybe girls will like me. And then the worst part about it is they do. They're so fucking stupid. J-Rock fans are probably as smart as dead goats or horses or something. They're just so fucking stupid. Put on makeup. Oh, he looks so pretty. Oh, he's so cute. Hey, shut up. You're stupid. Are you deaf or just stupid? Which is it? Take your pick, Okay, now I'm complaining. I apologize if I offended anyone out there, but if I did, you probably shouldn't be listening to me. So, yeah, you got anything else to say?
Mad props to you for mentioning Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh, do you know what he did? Speaking of Stevie Ray Vaughan, you know what first of all, I hate David Bowie. David Bowie's a cunt, faggot motherfucker. I don't give a shit about his ugly, pretty wife. Fuck you, David Bowie. And so what if I'm fucking burning a bridge? I'm nobody. I'm never gonna be anybody, so fuck you. But, Stevie actually was partially discovered by David Bowie in a European...
Yeah, the Montreux Jazz Festival thing.
No, not Montreal. It was in Europe.
Oh. No, not Montreal, Montreux.
Oh, okay. Well, then you know the story, how he was invited to work with him?
Yeah, on the whole Let's Dance album.
Yeah, okay. For the listeners that don't know, Stevie was invited to work with Faggy McGee on his tour, the Let's Dance tour, which is a shitty fucking song. Let's dance. Oh, shut up. Put on. Oh, fuck you. You're not Men Without Hats. This isn't the safety dance. You dumb cunt. He looks like a piranha with an eating disorder. But anyways, okay. So the people that don't know, Stevie was invited, and Faggy Bowie wanted him to do this really stupid dance routine, and Stevie was like, "Dude, I'm not doing it. Replace me. I'm not doing it." And he decided to go to Texas with Double Trouble and do their own shit, and they made it their own way. And then Bowie, being the cunt that he is, he had recorded material of Stevie playing guitar, and Bowie pantomimed the guitar as if he made it, because he's a fucking cunt. What a faggot. Fuck you, Bowie, and fuck your new album. Go suck a dick, which you probably are. Cunt. Yeah. So that was for the listeners who didn't know. Oh, by the way, did I mention how angry I am as a person?
I think so. Maybe.
I think people have figured it out by now.
Seems familiar.
Yeah, I guess. This AX is going to be good, though. There's a lot of good stuff that Masa has planned for all of us, so... I don't think I can say anything about anything, but it's going to be awesome. So you better show up. You better bring on the pain, man.
Wherever the pain is, I will bring forth with it. I promise.
Yeah, so... do you have any projects to promote? You have a website? You got something to say for the people who are listening?
Do you know who Scooch is?
I don't know.
Alright, for the no ones that's listening, I guess I'll plug me, Dennis, and my friend Scooch.
Oh, Dennis is
fairly
funny.
Popular, I think.
Dennis
in the
is funny.
Convention
I
area.
gotta say, Dennis is actually funny. I wish he would kind of break off from the group of the whole niche of Danny and just do his own thing, because he's actually funny.
Yeah, but I don't think he's just motivated enough to do stand up as much as everyone else.
Probably. That's the worst part. There's so many good comics that we have that don't want to do it. It's the worst part about it.
You don't get anything from this. You just go up, you make an ass of yourself, and maybe people like you.
Yeah, I think people like me because they don't like me. So maybe you'll be like me and hated, and people like to hate you. I'm a super villain. Everybody knows it. I'm a jerk. But go on.
Yeah, whatever. Me, Dennis, Scooch, he's popular, blah, blah, blah. I guess we're trying to make sketches. I guess we're trying to make a video game review channel. I don't know. Well, I don't know anything about that. It seems like something we're gonna say we do and we'll never do. So if that does happen, check it out if it ever happens. I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Any shows coming up? Any work? Anything you want to add? Because I mean, we don't have to stop, but it just seems like we're wrapping it up.
Right now, let's see. There's Kanji coming up. There's Fatman coming up. There's AX coming up.
Yeah, and we'll both be at all of those.
Whoever is out there who's listening and thought I was terrible, prepare to be proved wrong at AX, I guess.
Yeah, that's a great attitude. Show the people. I still wish you called me. I still wish you said some shit. I mean, say something negative about me right now. You'd be doing me a personal favor if you did.
Oh, there's some things, like, I think you're funny, but a lot of the stuff you say I don't think is funny at all.
Like what?
I think
name
it sounds like some 14-year-old guy trying to be edgy funny, and some of it I don't like.
Oh, I don't try to be edgy. I'm not edgy at all. I'm just myself. But what do you think that I do that's fake? Well, I mean, let me know. I want to know. Because this kind of shit fires me up to be better.
Oh, it's just that... I don't think it's fake. It's just that it sounds... Some of the stuff you do is just so exaggeratedly angry or whatever. It just doesn't seem... I don't want to say genuine, but... It just sounds like something someone would try to fake.
Okay. So you think I'm, like, not as... You think my stage persona isn't really who I am, is basically what you're saying.
What's up to say? I mean, I like your stage persona, and from what I've seen in this 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 6 seconds, you are who you are on stage, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But just
I really am.
Some of it, if I didn't know about it, like how you are, it just wouldn't seem real.
It doesn't seem real, but it actually is, and you realize that now. See, okay, I respect that, your honesty. I actually lost a fan after an LCS a couple years ago. She came up to me, and she was like, "Oh, you were so funny." And I made some sarcastic, sardonic remark to her, and she was like, "You're really like that?" And she walked away, and I lost a fan. And you know what? Yeah, I am. I'm not faking it. I'm giving you who I am honestly, the people, and that's what they deserve. And if they don't like me, good. I'm not for everyone, but I'm not going to be something that I'm not just to please everyone. And no one should. You got to be who you are, and you'll find your audience. And I guess it just takes a long time.
Way too long.
Yeah. I mean, you've been doing it for what, 4 years now? 3?
2.
2? You still 2?
Yeah.
What year is this?
It's 2013, son.
I started in 2007. Ugh.
Damn, you're old.
No, actually, I'm really young in terms of experience. But age-wise, yeah, actually, I'm old, and I'm not going to mention how old I am. Even though Anne actually did on this podcast a couple of podcasts ago, which I don't appreciate. But whatever, she can get away with anything. It's Anne. So if you done here? You think we're straight?
I think we talked about what we needed to talk about.
Covered up pretty much everything.
I confronted you. I talked about my AX experience, my future experience, and I think that's pretty good.
I really appreciate you being on the show. It shows you have some balls. I appreciate you being honest and accepting my honesty. And this is a personal plug for myself. To everyone out there, if you listen to my last podcast, you'll hear that Fazio and I were talking about me just throwing caution to the wind and deciding to have my own comedy panel for like 50 minutes, just me, that's it, at Anime Kanji. Well, I applied for the panel, and we'll hear back, so I'm gonna keep you guys updated with that. Don't get your hopes up, though, because I am a dick, and nobody likes me. But we'll see what happens, and I'll let you know. And thank you, Truong, for being back. I'm glad to know you haven't faded away. Give my regards to Dennis and tell him to get back into the scene, because he's a wasted talent if he doesn't keep up with it.
I will.
And you're welcome on the podcast anytime.
All right. How about I get back on the podcast after AX? Let's see how that happens.
It's like, really? You want to wait that long? But okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, we can have like a whole mishmash of everyone. You know, the whole shebang.
Well, a giant gangbang podcast of the entire AX crew line.
Well, don't get dirty now. We were being classy up until that point.
I'm sorry. I ruined your podcast. We need to start over now.
Yeah, I guess we should. No. Okay, but it was good having you. And I think a lot of good things were cleared up. Thank you for being on, and good luck to all the bullshit you're doing. And it was a nice podcast. And listeners, thank you so much for listening. Email questions and nude pics or whatever the fuck you want to regrettablepodcast@gmail.com. If you don't know how to spell regrettable, Google it, you fucking idiot. And I still haven't gotten an email from any of you faggots. So go fuck yourselves. And with that, good night.
Good night.
Okay, yeah, cool. That was done. All right, we're all wrapped up. I'm going to go to sleep now.
All right.
This will be up tomorrow or probably tonight or something. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you later, man. Thanks.